A toy! A miserable way of spending your money? But enough talk! On with the review! I've waited for a very, very long time to get Castlevania action figures, and they're finally here, and my wish is half granted. These figures are not based off of the Castlevania video game series, they're based off of the Netflix animated series that's based off of the video game, if that makes any sense. And I love the animated series. Sadly, I can't say the same for these action figures because they're sculpted really nicely. I love the way how they look, they're really accurate to how they look in the animated series. But for an action figure, they're just really disappointing. Articulation was the area I had the most frustration with. It's there, but they're executed very poorly in my opinion. The major articulation points are held back by limited range and movement, and you have areas that impact other areas, and it's just really baffling at how they designed it like this. And speaking of design, Trevor doesn't even have standard kung fu weapon gripping hands, not ones without little knives attached to them. So if you want Trevor to wield that whip or his swords, it's gonna look goofy with that little knife sticking out. Let this set the tone for the next two figures in this review. What a horrible night for a curse. Take my levels of disappointment for Trevor and multiply that by 2, and that pretty much sums up how I feel about Sypha. If you thought Trevor's articulation was bad, this is even worse. And I tried my best to give these figures dynamic poses, as I usually do in my other reviews. But its very design just does not allow for that. Yes, that's the farthest her arm can bend. That's it. And as an action figure enthusiast, that does not give me any opportunity to make the figure shine. And I forgot to mention, Trevor Belmont does not come with the cape that's seen in the pictures on websites such as GameStop or Big Bad Toy Store. So, where I come from, that's false advertisement. And one other accessory I forgot to mention that Trevor came with is he comes with a bucket. Yeah, the all-powerful demon-stopping bucket. Yep. You've guessed it, I am equally as disappointed in this as I am with Trevor and Sypha. I really wanted to love these figures, but it's tough. The only positive thing I could say about these figures is that they look great. The sculptor did an amazing job of capturing the way they look in the animated series, but that's it. There's nothing much else I could say to justify buying these toys. It's never fun when you have to struggle with your toys. And after playing with them for a little while, you get scuff marks, indentations from impact points, and scraping of paint. It's just not fun. And I really can't recommend these figures to anyone, unless you're a huge fan. Imagine getting your favorite sports car and it comes with everything: power seats, power windows, smart applications, but there's no power steering. That's essentially what these figures are to me. These are not awful toys. They're really disappointing. They could have been so much more, and it sucks because I'm such a huge fan of the series, the animated series, and they look so good. If you really want these figures, get them. But just be prepared to just look at them and not have any fun.